The Tennessee Titans defeated the Washington Commanders 21-17, led by an incredible performance from Derrick Henry and a game-sealing interception from David Long. Let's break down everything that happened in a Week 5 victory postcast edition of the Locked On Titans podcast. Tighten up!
You are Locked On Titans, your daily Tennessee Titans podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Titans fans, the Tennessee Titans have won 3 games in a row. Now, after a Jacksonville Jaguars loss to the Houston Texans, the Titans leave Week 5 leading the AFC South. Let's dive into this crazy victory from the Titans. And I got to tell you, the game for the Titans went about how the intro went for me. It was up and down. It was incredibly ugly at certain points, but somehow, some way, the Tennessee Titans find a way to win. It's a 21-17 victory over the Washington Commanders, led by, we got to start, the interception at the end. David Long with the game-saving play. I say it all the time. I really do. There is no better team in the NFL at defending one blade of grass. I mean, that was a pretty, I'm Tic Tac Titans on Twitter. That was a pretty Tic Tac pass interference call on Christian Fulton to set the Commanders up on the 2-yard line. We're playing physical football in the fourth quarter down in the red zone, and they're going to call that DPI? Whatever. But either way, it didn't end up mattering because David Long made a huge play. And honestly, the play before that, T.R. Tart and Jeffrey Simmons dropped back into coverage and stopped the pass from going to the running back in the end zone. So just an incredible sequence there at the end for the Titans to bow their neck and get another goal line stand to win a game. I mean, how many times have we seen the Tennessee Titans do this? The game is on the line. The other team's knocking on the door, and the Titans find a way to hold them out. I mean, this looked like the Jets game from last year, quite frankly, is what it kind of felt like for me. The Titans were super banged up injury-wise, without a lot of their best players, without a lot of their starters, and it looked like it was all going wrong. They couldn't stop the explosive plays down the field. But in this game, they found a way to do it. And Carson Wentz, I talked about my keys to victory. Carson Wentz had to get turnovers, had to get a turnover. And, yeah, they waited until the end of the game, but they got the turnover that they needed when they needed it most. So great job by the defense at the end to get the interception. David Long, an incredible individual play, quite frankly, to get that interception. Christian Fulton was squeezing down as well, but I don't want to give the defense too much credit. I'm giving it to David Long. There are some players who were standouts. We'll get to those and tighten up and tighten down when we, have the full 30-minute recap episode that'll go up on the YouTube channel and on the podcast feed later tonight. But for right now, I'm giving the credit to David Long. We'll dive into that even deeper later on. Outside of that interception at the end to cap things off, on offense, I mean, what else do we got to say but King Henry? Derrick Henry has 28 carries for 102 yards, 2 touchdowns, plowing the ball in when the offensive line did not have a good game. Derrick Henry was just making it work. Derrick Henry had 2 catches for 30 yards, had a great catch on the sideline for 6 yards where he was completely covered. That is the best contested catch Derrick Henry's ever had in his career. I promise you that. And then, of course, the big screen pass that Derrick Henry was able to make a play on for 24 yards. I mean, Derrick Henry carried this team on his back. No way around it. All right, we're going to move forward. There's some other things I want to talk about. The pass rush on Wentz, the pass blocking for the Titans, special teams also stood out to me. Before we get into it, I am your host, Tyler Rowland, Locked On Titans, Monday through Friday, daily Tennessee Titans content on all platforms, always free, all year round. It's your team every day here on the Locked On Titans podcast. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and throw a thumbs up on the video if you're hyped that the Titans just won that game against the Commanders. It goes a long way in helping support the channel. But free Monday through Friday Titans content, instant recaps after the game, full-length episode coming later tonight with Tighten Up and Tighten Down. Make sure that you guys don't miss it. Also, do want to tell you guys about our friends over at PrizePicks. PrizePicks makes fantasy football simple, and it's the way that it's supposed to be played. So you pick 2 to 5 players in your lineup. PrizePicks is going to have a projection for that player. Derrick Henry, 1.5 touchdowns. Is he going to have more? Is he going to have less? Robert Woods, 3.5 catches. Is he going to have more? Is he going to have less? You just go through your 5 players, pick more or less on their projection, and if you hit, you're going to get 10 times your money on your entry. And right now, if you download the PrizePicks app or you go to prizepicks.com and you use the promo code Locked On, you're going to get a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. You deposit $100, you get a free $100. Deposit $50, you get a free $50. Use that promo code Locked On to sign up right now on the PrizePicks app or at PrizePicks.com. Also, just want to tell you guys about the best protein bars in the galaxy from our friends over at Built Bar. You get the best of both worlds, the taste of a candy bar covered in 100% chocolate with all the benefits from a protein bar, low calorie, low sugar, high protein, high fiber. Go to Built.com right now. Check out all of their selection. I promise you, you will not be upset if you go check out Built Bar at Built.com. Use promo code LOCKEDON15 and you'll get 15% off your order. Okay, guys, some technical difficulties. We are moving forward with the postcast. So I said before the game that one of the keys to victory for the Titans is to pressure Carson Wentz. They had to get to Carson Wentz consistently throughout the day. They had 3 sacks. There were some moments where they had some big pressure on Carson Wentz that really mattered, but it wasn't consistent enough to protect them from their secondary. I mean, this is just outrageous. Here's a stat for you guys. For the first time in Tennessee Titans franchise history, they've given up 4 straight games of over 300 passing yards. I mean, this secondary cannot stop giving up explosive plays down the field. And the pass rush was good, but it wasn't the dominant Tennessee Titans pass rush that we saw at times last year. Now, Danico Autry got hurt in the game. Bud Dupree didn't play. Jeffrey Simmons had an ankle that was banged up. They're obviously missing Ola Adaney. Danico Autry, like I said, went out a little bit during the game. So the Titans pass rush is incredibly banged up like the rest of the team. And it just unfortunately gave Carson Wentz too much time. And you don't need a lot of time, quite frankly, to take advantage of the Titans secondary, who's playing Caleb Farley out there, who, man, when we do tighten up, tighten down in the full recap episode later tonight, I don't know what else to say at this time. It's unfortunate, but the guy just can't play. He just can't play out there. It's too much of a risk. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it's come to that, but they can't even get him out there and get him reps at this point because he's just going to give up a huge play once or twice every single game. And again, it's unfortunate. It's a first-round pick. I know the guy needs reps. He's, he has all the talent in the world. He just needs reps, but unfortunately, he's just too much of a liability out there to play, and it's putting the Titans in a bad spot. So the pass defense, not enough pressure on Wentz, unfortunately, but it's understandable, I guess, with all the injuries. Still, I mean, the Titans shut down the run. I mean, the Commanders had 43 rushing yards. Last week, the Colts had 38 rushing yards. Or 37 rushing yards. I mean, this run defense completely changed night and day from that week 1 performance against the Giants. The Titans have completely shored up their run defense. So you have to love that. Now, on the other side, the pass blocking for the Titans. I mean, what is going? 5 sacks. And honestly, I thought it was going to be even worse at the beginning of the game. Luckily, the Titans made some adjustments and were able to help themselves out and have a couple of passing plays. Tannehill ended up with 181 yards, 15 to 25 and a touchdown, no interceptions. Tannehill made some weird plays, but he made some good plays too. He's just incredibly mid, He's not bad. He's not great. He's just incredibly mid. And he was just mid out there, and that was good enough for the Titans not to lose the game. That 161, 62-yard catch to Nick Westbrook-Akina. I said in the game plan episode, the Titans have to take some deep shots to NWI just to soften up the defense a little bit. And luckily, they were able to hit one of those. and it set the Titans up for their final score. So thank God. Thank God for that is all I have to say. But the pass blocking is a disaster. The pass defense with the banged up secondary is a disaster. If the Titans could get that together, they might be some semblance of a good team. I got to say, special teams. Great job by special teams today. Ryan Stonehouse, punting, great. The coverage was great. So here's my final thought. The Titans need this bye week desperately. No Nate Davis in this game. No Amani Hooker again. No Zach Cunningham. The Titans needed this bye. They needed it bad. And they need to get healthy on defense so that they can trust. I mean, the Titans defense may be incredible if they just get a little bit of health. Maybe Bud Dupree will come back. So if they get Bud Dupree, Zach Cunningham, Elijah Molden, Amani Hooker, Nate Davis, if they can get them all back after the bye week, go into a game against the Colts, a game against the Texans, and then their tough stretch comes, they can do this 5-game winning streak that I've been talking about since they went 0-2. They had a chance. I said they needed to go 4-1. Looks like they could go 5-2. Again, Jacksonville lost on Sunday. The Titans sit atop the AFC South. So I feel like I say this every week, but it's just the reality. It wasn't pretty, but the Titans got it done. Again, I'm going to be back with you guys later on tonight where I drop the full 30-minute recap episode. We're going to talk about what I saw on offense and defense from a game plan perspective, and then we'll do tighten up and tighten down, look at the individual performances, both good and bad. Make sure you subscribe on whatever platform you do stream. That's going to do it for this postcast. I am your host, Tyler Rowland, and this was Locked On Titans.